Live from the BMW Studios, Atlanta's Inspiration Station. Praise 102.5 is TheRealKahlel and Car's family affair. Family, I made you aware of the fact that the one and the only legend.
My goodness.
Legend.
I'll take
Fortune.
it. I'll receive that. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for having me, sis. I appreciate you so much. Always good to see you.
You're welcome. I told you he was coming by the show, family, and we're going to talk all things James Fortune, album, the reunion with Fire, and more. So keep it locked right here. It's Praise. Atlanta's Inspiration Station, Praise 102.5 is TheRealKahlel and Car's family affair. Before the break, I told you that James Fortune is in the studio. First and foremost, again, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Now, you just did your reunion.
With
Fire. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Since so this year makes my 20th year doing gospel professionally. My first album, You Survive, came out in 2004. So with this now being 2024, I was, for the first time, it's been like 9 years, almost 10 years since we all been together on the same stage at the same time. So everybody was asking, man, when y'all come back together, bring a reunion, with Todd Galbert, Zacardi, and Lisa Knowles, Jan, Josiah, everybody. So I was like, let's do it my 20th year. So we came together. I did it in Birmingham at my church, Rock City, Pastor Mike Jr. And it was, of course, it was sold out weeks before we did it, but it was absolutely incredible. To me, it was.
First of all, you're going to say it's sold out. It was sold out weeks before we did it.
That just show how the love was. Yeah, like the people really show love. Like they really wanted this. And of course, for me, it was so many emotions, because it was like, man, like to think back 20 years, the ups and downs, whatever, it was all worth it. It was like to see how God has been able to keep me, sustain me, and just in the midst of, because this is how I look at it. It's like God has access to the best. Like he can use anybody. So to still be using me 20 years later to reach lives, to touch people, and just to be able to sing those songs that everybody say, man, that song brought me through this in my life, or that song took me through the darkest season of my life. It's like, hey, it was just an amazing experience for me.
Honestly, when it comes to writing, and I could get in trouble for saying this, but I speak the truth.
Always.
I feel that in writing and how you write and the passion behind it, it puts me in the mind of Donald Lawrence.
That's my guy.
And not only that, but you have a great, great, great catalog. And to be able to say people are still singing your songs to this very day, it's evident, that God is using you. Now, let's talk about new music. First of all, we play that Trust in God. And
Come
at
on,
this point,
run it up.
Has it been number one yet?
No, it's like number 3.
Make it to number one.
Please, I'm tired. What's next?
No, for real though. Let's just talk about that, where that song came from.
For me, so Monica, we did Hold On with Fred Hammond 10 years ago, and so she had been reaching out to me because Monica, she loves God. Her and her mom they're strong in their faith. And so she had been asking me for a few years, like, James, when we going to do a song together, bro? And then so when I released the album before this one, Would Never Let Me Down, she was like, bro, if you release another album without me, we're going to have problems. And it's like the Gunica came out a little bit. It was a little bit of that. So I was like, I say, sis, when I get the song, so God gave me that song when I wrote it. I sent it to her, had my sister Jan demo it, and she loved it. And it's like, okay, let's do it. So we got in the studio and recorded. And it was crazy because I was like, I'm just out here trusting God. It was like, because people always like, what's next? I don't know what's next. Sometimes I be having to be honest. Like, I'm really walking by faith. Like, I don't know, but I'm out here trusting God. Yeah. And she's like, bro, I'm just out here trusting God too. And so the song, the message fit perfectly for us to do a song together and just to encourage other people after telling them to hold on. We're like, look, we just being transparent. I'm just out here trusting God just like you.
Yeah. And I know you've done a lot. You've seen a lot. God has allowed you to experience a lot.
Yep.
What do you feel is one of your biggest moments?
I'm gonna be honest. This is one of my biggest moments to this day is seeing what God's doing in Zacardi Cortez's life.
Oh, wow.
Because watching him since he was 9, and then to see how he supported me, been with me for 20 years, like on every album, on so many of my hit songs, and to see God now doing what he's doing, just nominated for a Grammy, that's like a proud moment for me. I literally get emotional just seeing, because, when people serve for you and they have dreams and desires, and then to see God really do it and the way that he's doing it, that's been one of my top 5 moments of my career, just seeing, and I know it may sound like false humility, but that's my brother, man. I love him. I've seen everything that he's been through.
No, because I feel like it's like that for all of us.
Yeah.
Because I ain't known him that long, but just seeing his work,
and
his effort and the seeds that he's sown, and how God is just. But I was like, when he was nominated, the Stellas, that whole experience was just like, woo. And then we got nominated for the Grammy. I was like, all right.
It's like, okay, it's real. And I was sitting right next to him when he won his first Stella Award. So, I mean, like you say, singing with John Pickey, singing with me, singing with whoever asked him, even features, to see him do that and then be nominated for a Grammy. It's like, man, that's my brother, man. I'm so proud of him.
Now, I want to go off script a little bit because I love to laugh, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have seen a lot.
Yes.
You have seen a lot.
Yes, I have.
So, what do you feel is one of your most funniest moments you've experienced in church while performing?
Oh, in church while performing. That's a good one. Oh, man, because there's so many. The funniest things
or just in church in general.
The funniest things happen in church.
They do.
I think this may sound... See, I was the child. My dad was a pastor. I always got in trouble for laughing at the wrong stuff, like during prayer or whatever. So one time at a funeral, and my dad was officiating the funeral. My dad was a pastor. I was there, and it was somebody I didn't really know him. I was younger, but the casket shifted like in the middle of him doing the eulogy, like shifted. And when I tell you the whole place, like, and everybody was like, oh my God, and the pulpit trying to run and get it. And I'm up there just crying, laughing. And he gave me that look like, when you get home, you don't get it. Like, you already know when you get home. Because I started as his drummer when I was 5. So it was like, when that happened, I'm like, Dad, I didn't create myself like that. I laugh at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And you already know, Jacqueline, at certain moments. See, Jacqueline good with this, y'all. We've been in places stuff happen funny, church, gospel, whatever. And she know not to look my direction. Because if it's me or Isaac Curry, we together, she's like, I'm not even looking at y'all. Because y'all gonna have me laughing like y'all. But yeah, it's so many moments. But that was one at a funeral. And I was like, and that wasn't supposed to be a funny moment. But the way them people got scared and went with them hats, took off running off that, I was like, oh my God. I was crying in tears.
Yeah.
And, I got a whooping for that.
You do James Fortune live.
The live talent. You've been on there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. No, you're welcome. How do you hold it together?
See, so sometime I do, sometime I don't. I'm going to be honest. Now, when Oscar removed that camera and put it on that ceiling and you hear that squeal when he laughing, then I lose it. Then I'm crying. Because I try to hold it together. And that's the thing, like, when you dealing with me and Ike, it's impossible.
Yeah.
And that's what people be telling me. Of course, there's some incredible talent singers. But more than anything, they be like, y'all have my stomach hurting from laughing, And it ain't really all. This is the thing. It don't be laughing at the people so much.
Right.
It could be anything from their backdrop to something funny. This one guy started playing a trumpet with his hands. Like, it just be stuff you're like, wait, what's really going on?
Correct.
But I try to hold it together as much as I can, man, 'cause I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But sometimes it just come out and I be apologizing, but it just be just too funny. Like, you just got to check it out.
I know. You have a show, right, that is happening at the City Winery.
Yes. Communion. Yes. Hallelujah.
Why?
Thank you.
Why? What was the vision? What was the passion behind this show?
Yeah, so they reached out to me last year, and I got sick, so I wasn't able to do it. We had to reschedule it, but it was like, listen, this I've always believed in. Go ye therefore. If God provides you an opportunity, a platform to minister, share the gospel, we doing gospel. So regardless to what they, it's the winery, whatever they sipping on, whatever, I know it's dinner. It's going to be a great environment because I've seen other gospel artists do it as well, and some of my friends have been a part of it, and they say, man, really, it's a great vibe. It's a great experience. And people are able to come out, have a good time. It's safe. And hear some encouraging music. So when they called me, told me the vision for it, I went to the website, checked it out. Saw you had 2 sold out back-to-back shows. It was incredible. Like, yours was sold out. I'm still got some tickets available. If you haven't gotten your ticket, get your ticket. But it looked like it was a great experience. I was like, yeah, I want to be a part of it, And being that I'm celebrating my 20th like all year long, so I got the singers here with me. Got, Deshandra, Jaleesa, everybody, the band is here. So we're just going to have a great time. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to really be powerful.
I love it. What is one of the big pieces of advice that you feel like you've gotten throughout your journey?
I always share with people, do the duty of the moment because that moment is preparing you for your next moment. A lot of people get frustrated because the moment they're in now is not what they're is not the end. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of time we want to know the end before the beginning. We're not God. I'm like, look, do the duty of the moment right now because you never know how God is using that moment to prepare you for what your next moment is. And a lot of time it don't look like what we prayed for. It don't look like what we believe in God for. But it's amazing how you get somewhere and you're like, wow, the season of me working in the mailroom. I remember listening with my headphones to Kurt Franklin, John P. Key, Bishop T.D. Jakes, just literally opening mail every single day, for 2 or 3 years. But it was just downloading so much ministry and power and word into me. I was like, man, why am I in this mailroom? This is trash. Blah, blah. I want to do ministry. That was God preparing me for ministry in the mailroom with my Walkman on. I don't know if you probably too young for to know about a Walkman, but with my little Walkman on with my cassettes. And so I always say, man, do it wherever God has you, position you, be faithful there. Do it as unto the Lord, and God will honor you. He will honor that. He's preparing you for something so much greater.
Talk to that person who they've encountered, or maybe now encountered certain things, and especially depending on where we are now, it feels like it's hard for them to overcome. It's hard for them to get past things, to enter into their new. Talk to that person.
That's good because people have to understand that feelings buried alive don't die. So a lot of times we try to get over it by stuffing it, by just like, you know what, just I'm forgetting about it. Now, you may think you're forgetting about it, but it's still there. So I always share with people, man, you have to, what doesn't get healed gets handed down. So for me, it's like, look, if I can't conquer this, if I can't get past this, whether it's through therapy, counseling, I've been through all that, that it passes down to my children. So I try to make sure that even the way I hear, CJ Kahlel, healed people hear differently. When you're still broken, when you're still wounded, or you haven't really gotten through something, even trying to hear God is not the same. Like, you really have to make sure you're doing the work that it takes. And for moving on for me, let's look, going through a divorce, going through this, going through that, man, divorce is like a death. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard to deal with. So for me, I had to spend time. It's like, you know what? I got to just work on me. I can't look at nobody else. I can't blame nobody else. I can't talk about nobody else. Let me look in the mirror and do the hard work that I have to do, because moving on, I always say, if you're going to come out, you got to come out head first. It starts with your mind. It starts with how you think, because as a man thinking in his heart, so is he. So I share with everybody who listens, if you feel like you stuck, if you feel like you paralyzed, maybe you're doing too much analysis. Maybe you're analyzing it too much. Maybe you need to do the work and just say, you know what? I'm coming out head first, whether it's therapy, whether it's talking about it, whether it's not. I'm not going to stuff it. I'm going to get it out there. And if you reveal it, I believe God will heal it.
I love it. Now, I mean, because we all want to know. I know you spoke on it a little bit about new music.
Yep.
Was the 20th anniversary, was that a live recording too?
It was a lot. Right. Listen, we did it all that night. Live recording, anniversary, reunion. So yeah, the album is coming out probably like the third quarter, but we got a new single going to come out in a few weeks that I absolutely love. But man, like those singers, they just incredible, man. And just even Zacardi, Todd Galbert, everybody coming back, who used to be a part of Fire, including the people who, still sing with me. It's just, so we did like 31 songs that night. So I don't know how we go. Yeah, 31. Dang. Yeah, it was like medleys and stuff, we moved with it.
Because my attention span.
right. Like, all right now, it needs to be a 2-day event, So for me, it was like, we did medleys and things. So we're going to release it probably like in parts. So not all at once.
Awesome.
So,
I love it. Yeah. I mean, we're excited for you. You're doing a great job. I mean, not that you don't know that. And I think it's very important. Now, people, he's going to be at the City Winery tonight and right here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm giving away some tickets for you to have the opportunity to witness this live. You're going to have guests there too, right?
Yeah. It's two guests that are opening, Titus Showers, and I forgot the other young lady's name. I'm sorry, I slipped my mind.
Marika Chisholm,
yes,
I think.
Marika and Titus Showers. And of course, some other surprise guests going to stop by as well. And it's live band, live singers, everything. It's going to be great.
Right. Yeah, the whole experience. He's not robbing you guys. So, make sure you come and you're ready. Eat good, have a good time, be encouraged, inspired. Anything else you need us to know, social media, anything?
Yeah, Dan, thank you so much. You've done everything I'm doing. I appreciate it, for getting it out there. I will say this, tonight we would love to see a City Winery, and just, of course, a song with Monica's out, Trusting God. Download it, stream it, and I can't wait to share the music with you real soon.
All righty, family. There you have it. James Fortune, right here on Kahlel Carr's Family Affair. You never know who's stopping by. That's why you got to always stay tuned in. Keep it liked right here. It's more coming your way. It's praise.